afternoon, everyone. And good afternoon, everyone. How's everybody? This is on. Hello. 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 We did a mic check. It was working. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this concert celebration of Miss Jane Dill. We're honored to have this as part of our homecoming weekend. Let me get the bad news out of the way first. In our meeting the other days, we were finishing the final preparations. Professor Dill said that under no uncertain terms, that there was no way that she was going to play Great Balls of Fire today. She said, absolutely not, because today is a dignified event, an event with class and excellence and talent. And they have used all of those things on the musicians and have had to settle on me as their MC for the day. But I'm so honored. When they asked me to do this, this was the job I wanted. And I remember the first time I met Jane Dill. She came to Pendleton High School where I was a student. I'd already decided to come to school here. She played the piano. And then we got to talk afterwards, found out she went to Pendleton, found out she was in school with my uncle, so we had those family connections. And if any of you know me, you know that the Dill family has a special place in my heart. And so to be gathered like this today on this weekend is truly an honor, and it's truly appropriate to celebrate her. Because even though Jane Dill did not go to school here, she is a warrior. And she is more of a warrior in many ways than I will ever be. And so it's a great day to celebrate who she is and all that she has done. They say that Michael Jordan was someone who had this God-given basketball ability. And then on top of that, he had this drive, he had this desire, he had this passion, this work ethic to get better every single day. Well, I'm probably never going to meet Michael Jordan, but I can say I've met Jane Dill, someone who has those exact same qualities. Before we go any further, we have a very special presentation that is not in your program. And to make that, I'm going to invite Dr. Brian Swords to come up for that announcement.
Some of you are looking very shocked because I'm the least musically talented person that's ever entered this building. So, but I do want to say that Jane Dill, Ken, Emily, their whole family is very special to me. And I wanted to figure out a way to honor this occasion. And so I got together with another good friend of mine, and I'll call him to the stage. Representative Davey Hyatt is a member of the State House of Representatives. He's been in the State House for almost 20 years. And so I called on him to present a very special award. So Professor Dill, if you'll step up to the stage, if you will. We've got a special award to give you, and I'll get Representative Hyatt to read this off if you don't mind.
You knew nothing about this, did you? No. On behalf of the state of South Carolina, we want to simply say thank you for what you've done for the past 36 years. Dr. Swords approached me several weeks ago, and I've had the opportunity to participate in some of the other homecoming festivities just a few minutes ago. Dr. Swords says, well, you're going to be on campus anyway that day. Would you help me out? That's what you want. He said, we need to honor Miss Dill. I said, all right, tell me what you want. He said, the state of South Carolina needs to honor her somehow. I said, well, get me some information together, we'll honor her. And so Dr. Swords, I don't know who he got the information from, so if it's wrong, it's on him, not me, okay? But Dr. Swords sent me some information, and the state of South Carolina wishes to recognize you on this special day today. It says, on the motion of Representative David Hyatt, members of the House of Representatives, we recognize Jane Palmer Dill, honoring Jane Palmer Dill, retired professor of music emerita, after 36 years at Southern Wesleyan University, serving as chair of the Fine Arts Division for 27 of those years. During her tenure as chair, the division received accreditation by the National Association of Schools of Music, and the Newton Hobson Chapel and Fine Arts Center became the new home for the division. She received her Associate of Arts degree from Anderson University, the Bachelor of Music degree from Mars Hill College, the Master of Fine Arts degree in Piano Performance from the University of Georgia. Professor Dill has a broad keyboard background in accompanying as well as solo playing. She has served as organist at several churches, including First United Methodist Church in Athens, Georgia, Boulevard Baptist Church in Anderson, South Carolina, Briarcliff United Methodist Church in Atlanta, Georgia, and Holy Trinity Episcopal Church in Clemson, South Carolina. Currently, she serves as organist at First Baptist Church, Clemson. She was a rehearsal accompanist for the Augusta Regional Opera Company from 1976 to 1980 and has played for numerous vocal recitals. Choral accompanying has been a highlight of Professor Dill's career. She has accompanied all state and regional high school and collegiate groups, as well as community groups in Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Professor Dill currently serves as accompanist for the Concert of Hope Choir in Anderson, South Carolina. We send our best wishes her way for continued blessing and musical fulfillment and enrichment every day. Sincerely given this third day on October 20th by the State House of South Carolina. Congratulations, Professor Dill.
We'll try to stick with the program the rest of the day. Our first musician today was a student here, and I think one thing, if you're ever a teacher, you hope for your students to go above and beyond, to travel and to do things that you were never able to do. And our first musician has done that. He's traveled the world. He's played for great audiences. Won't you welcome Dr. Jonathan Crutchfield.
So Ken Dill put me up to this. I just want you to know that Ken Dill said that I should tell you this story. I was one of Jane's, well, in her second year when she was here at Southern Wesleyan, I came and studied with Jane, and we had just wonderful, wonderful times. As you have heard, she would accompany for choirs under Dr. Joel Reed, who is here as well today. And she would play the Vidor Toccata sometimes when we were on tour, and she would ask me to turn pages for her. During those days, we would all be in our black concert attire, and her black dress was rather long. And so she would tuck the dress underneath her legs as she was playing to keep it, the fabric from not getting under her feet while she was playing. So I was turning pages one time, and I noticed that the dress started slipping out from under her legs. And I, being very innocent, just grabbed for it to make sure that it didn't get under her feet, and I might have just pulled it just a little too far, and without missing a note, she said one word: careful. And kept right on going. That's true musicianship. So it is with a great honor that I'm here to say thank you, Jane, for the many years of service that you have given to so many students, myself included. Thank you so much.
Sharing their thoughts on Professor Dill. So every journey starts somewhere. Someone has to give you an opportunity, and Dr. Joel Reed is someone who gave Professor Dill her opportunity to come here and work at Southern Wesleyan.
Hello, I'm Joel Reed, former music department coordinator and choral director at Southern Wesleyan University. My family and I were privileged to spend 9 years as a part of this wonderful academic community, the years 1976 to 1985. Early in my time here, I was faced with the opportunity of hiring a new keyboard faculty member. Little did we know that in hiring Jane Palmer, later Jane Palmer Dill, that we were at the beginning of a legacy that she is now leaving as she retires. Though over the years I've been involved in hiring many other faculty members, I can truthfully say that she is the best person I ever hired. Jane came into a very small studio space with a very large workload, never complaining about either. We became great colleagues and ultimately lifelong friends. I can't recall our ever disagreeing on an important issue either at school or in our musical work together. She was not only a marvelous performer and teacher, but was unequaled in her skill as an accompanist. Good accompanists are a true blessing. Jane is simply the best. We have so many great memories from those choir tours, concerts, and to get days together teaching the wonderful students at Southern Wesleyan University. I was so glad for the school that following her lengthy leave of absence several years ago, she was able to return to the faculty. As Fine Arts Coordinator, she has done an incredible job of representing the institution, the arts, and inspiring student musicians. Jane was a master at building a studio of keyboard players during an era when keyboard skills were not the norm among pre-college students. She was always able to inspire, love, and challenge students during her impressive college teaching career. We love you, Jane, as well as the members of your beautiful family, and wish you many years of good health, relaxation, and joy in the years and days ahead. The life of this institution has been greatly blessed and enhanced by the extraordinary gift of your presence, dedication, love for people, teaching, and music. Thank you, Jane, and congratulations.
One of the things that Professor Dill was involved in through the years was our Teens and Talent competitions, where students from Wesleyan churches in the area would come to Southern Wesleyan and compete for scholarship money. Our next musician is a young man who came and competed in those and whose mother asked Jane Dill, said, "Please don't leave until my son can come here and learn from you." Won't you please welcome Noah Cromer. was really good, Noah. But it does sound like somebody around here is going to have to learn to play Great Balls of Fire. Our next presenter is someone who without we wouldn't be here. Literally, we would not be here in this building. Dr. David Spittle is someone who came in 1994 with a vision and a passion, and he loved our fine arts. He loved our music program. He supported it, and we got some words from him right now.
Greetings from Mid-America Nazarene University. I'm honored today to share my comments about a very special friend. Through my career, there have been special colleagues and friends who have impacted my life deeply and the lives of all who know them. Jane, you are one of those very special people. Your gifts, musicianship is extraordinary, and all who know you, attend your concerts, or have studied with you recognize your gifts as a teacher. And whenever you sit at a piano and organ, it becomes really, really clear. Jane, you are versatile, and you perform with a joy that celebrates God's gift of music to the world. You can capture the hearts of an audience with a piano concerto or toccata and fugue or a favorite hymn, or upon request by playing my favorite Jerry Lee Lewis tune, or responding to requests yelled from an audience with a masterful arrangement you do on demand. Jane, you are the real deal. You are truly a musician's musician. Jane, you are a master professional, and we celebrate those gifts today. But Jane, music flows from your heart, and so does your humble spirit and your quiet demeanor and your love for students and colleagues. As the chair of your department, you have been a visionary for the fine arts program through the years, and you've led it with a steady hand and high standards and a winsome demeanor. Jane, it's been a joy to share a portion of my life journey with you. You are a model of Christian service and sacrifice, and you have inspired me and many others to live with a life of joy and strong purpose and a desire to serve Jesus Christ with heart, soul, mind, and spirit. You've also put pressure on me to practice my piano much more. Congratulations, Professor Dill, on your retirement and outstanding service to Southern Wesleyan University, an institution and people that I love. You are surrounded by a great host of men and women whose lives have been changed by your love and your gifts. Jane, may God continue to bless and keep you in the days to come, and may the overflow of your heart and the gifts of us
Our next musicians met here at Southern Wesleyan University, and they were both studying under Professor Dill, and then they decided they would start dating. And Professor Dill told them both that there was only one rule, that they weren't allowed to hurt each other. And many years later, they're still together and married. Won't you welcome our next musicians, Darren and Amy Bird. Like I mentioned before, you always want your students to go on and do bigger and better things than you have done. And our next guest is someone who did that as the curator of the largest pipe organ in the world in New Jersey in Boardwalk Hall. Let's hear from Mr. Nathan Bryson.
Hey, Mrs. Dill. This is Nathan Bryson in Atlantic City, New Jersey. I just wanted to say thank you and congratulations. None of my journey, from our first organ lessons on the organ in Folger to taking care of the largest pipe organ in the world, would have been possible without your devotion, dedication, support, and friendship. So again, thank you for everything and congratulations on your retirement.
One of the benefits of teaching a long time and teaching in the same place for an extended period, you not only get to teach some students, but you also get to teach their children as they come along. And our next musician is someone who Professor Dill said after his first lesson that you could just tell that he had the talent, that he had the work ethic, and that he was going to be a great musician. Won't you welcome Mr. Will Bird? Our next video is from someone who really needs no introduction. He's someone who served here faithfully at SWU for 25 years and who made an immediate impression on the staff who were interviewing him as he sent his resume from California on bright blue paper. And it really stood out right there from the beginning. And he's made an impact in his time here. Let's hear from Dr. Don Campbell.
So, Jane, 36 years at SWU. It just hit me that at 24 years for me at SWU, we are a team for 2/3 of your time here. I treasure our time together as a music team. Over our 24 years together, we were not only a musical of nature, we were colleagues, confidants, and friends. I hope we still are. I've said this before and I'll say it again. One of the main reasons I've stayed at SWU was the gift of working with you. When I talk to people about you, I say that you have more musicality in your little finger than I do in my whole body. You have been a gift to me, but I'm especially thankful for the gift of your hands that you gave to my son, Colin. His time studying piano from you set his performing career in motion. Whenever I watch him play, I see your hands. He may be a jazzer, but he does it with your hands. We are very grateful that you were there to mold his piano technique and musical heart. Jane, my prayer for you is that you continue to grow in the music God gives you to play. Your best speaking is through your music. Your best praying is through your music. Your best love is through your music. May God give you the grace to use the gift He gave you to minister to the hearts of thousands for many years to come.
I was never blessed to be able to take piano lessons from Professor Dill, but this next person who is going to perform with her did. And Dr. Amber James said that she showed up to practice, she showed up to practice one time unprepared. And that was enough to know that you just didn't do that with Jane Dill. Won't you please welcome Professor Jane Dill, Dr. Amber James. might stick to the program.
We just want to say thank you all for being here this afternoon. At the request of her family, we have asked for an encore. So Mom, yes, Mom's going to perform an encore, and then we would love to see you next door for the reception. And thank you all for being here.
Thank you all for being here. There is a reception over in the Nicholson Mitchell building, or as I like to say, the old fellowship hall. And we would love to have you over there, and you can greet Jane. But thank you so much. What a great day. God bless, and we'll see you soon.